There have been a lot of infamous cheaters in Fortnite history, and this video from Ace highlights some of the worst cheaters we've ever seen.
Cheaters have been in gaming for decades, and now it seems worse than ever, especially in Fortnite. From aimbotting at a $250,000 LAN event to gaining hundreds of thousands
does seem to be getting worse, especially in the last
to their fans,
year or two.
Today, we're going to look at some of the worst cheaters in the game and where they're at today. Our first cheater of this video managed to make a career out of it without anyone knowing, surpassing over 600,000 subscribers. And at one point was considered the fastest editor in the world.
Serpent, right?
That would be Serpent AU.
Yep.
He created his channel back in November of 2018, where he would upload his first video, which was a Fortnite montage. This video wasn't anything too impressive. He was just an average player back then. He would continue to upload montages, and you could see that he started to get better and better every upload. And back then, just doing some double edits and resetting quickly was considered insanely advanced, and he was doing them way before anyone else. Again, he would continue to post videos stating how he is the fastest editor in Fortnite, and from that started gaining millions of views on his videos. And in December of 2019, he would post one of the most popular Fortnite montages ever, gaining 10 million views. But the more
Isn't
views
the most
he got,
popular
the more
montage
people would
the
start to
Godzilla
really
one?
analyze his gameplay. And then EJ Ladd, another big creator at the time who was creating content similar to Serpent, and also the creator of the EJ Dash, ended up making an exposed video on him.
I remember
EJ
this.
would actually end up taking down this video from YouTube, but in this video, he essentially pointed out that Serpent is probably using edit macros. For example, he never used a hand cam before. He asked his friends if they thought he was cheating, and they said yes. And he even reached out to a very well-known hacker and cheat seller named BlazeFN, who also said he was for sure using macros. From this video, it seemed like Serpent was for sure caught, and
cheating
his
for
career
creative
was over.
clips is
But
kind
he
of
would end
crazy.
up making a video responding to the allegations, which was him using a hand cam while playing. And in that video, he seemed to have a good answer for everything that EJ said. And EJ would even say himself that everything could be legit, but the fact that Serpent's own friends thought he was cheating really threw him off. Now after this, Serpent would continue to post videos and regain respect from the Fortnite community. But then EJ would make another video exposing how the hand cam video Serpent made was actually faked. But yet again, he ended up deleting this video as well.
Why did he
Serpent would
delete
end up
all the
posting
exposed
more
videos? So weird.
But would actually temporarily delete his YouTube channel. Nobody really knows for sure why, but my guess is that he was just getting some hate. However, this didn't last long, and he would come back shortly after, posting more montages. And at this time, he was still pulling very good views, almost getting 1 million views per video.
That's crazy.
Then out of nowhere, in summer of 2020, Serpent would come out and confess to everyone that he was using macros in his videos. It seems like the guilt of constantly lying to his viewers just caught up with him.
Yeah.
After confessing, literally cheating, and lying to his audience, you'd think his career would be over.
Nope,
and he would just
not
quit.
in Fortnite. These
But
kids forgive and forget really fast.
And would use the fact that he macroed as clickbait for his videos. But as expected, his views would drastically decrease, and he would lose tens of thousands of subscribers.
Damn, they actually did
eventually, he would
unsubscribe, never
completely
mind.
quit, and now he has deleted most of his videos, with only 20 of them being up still. So what exactly did he do afterwards? Well, he turned to crypto and NFTs.
Classic.
It seems like he may have been a part of some pretty large crypto projects, but it's unknown how much money he actually made, especially now with NFTs and crypto being at an all-time low.
Yep.
It seems in the last year, however, he's actually gone on to expose some scams and has gotten into marketing and security. And funny enough, he would go on to expose an FNCS winner for cheating, which will be later in this video.
I mean, cheaters are the best at exposing other cheaters because they know the signs.
It also seems like he is a possible owner or working with a company called Friend.tech, which seems to just be an app to make connections with other people. Nowadays, it seems like Serpent has turned a new leaf and is trying to do good now, which seems like the complete opposite for a hacker who made his way into a $250,000 DreamHack LAN event. In June of 2023, DreamHack hosted a gaming festival in Sweden, and during that, they decided to host a $250,000 zero-build duo event for anyone to play in, as long as you bought a ticket and were there in person to play. This tourney also served as a qualifier for the Gamers 8 LAN that happened later on that summer, which had a $2 million prize pool. Now, the way this worked was players would get a manual code in person in order to play. And there were 4 different heats with 12 different teams qualifying into the finals from each one. Now, everything was running pretty smoothly until the very last heat. Players started to notice that there was one person just going around and fully aimbotting players.
Oh my god.
Now, obviously, this was a huge problem that needed to be fixed quickly. but nobody really knew how the cheater was even able to get into these games in the first place. At first, players started to think that someone there was secretly cheating and just hiding it from everybody, until they realized that the cheater was streaming this event
in person,
live.
but people have done that.
And from there, they found out that he wasn't even at the event. So that meant only one thing. Someone there was leaking the codes to him, and the only way to stop it was to find that person. So almost everyone there started searching for the suspect. And eventually, with hundreds of people looking for them, they finally found him, and he would end up getting kicked out and permanently banned from all DreamHacks.
Dang,
it turned
they
out it was just a
caught
random
him,
guy,
bro.
and the only reason he was leaking the code in the first place was because the cheater paid him. Now, after all the massive drama, everyone thought that was that. But a very big streamer named Archie, who was there, was able to get in contact with the cheater and actually get an interview with him.
Bro put on a mask and everything,
stream.
like he was
And
some
even though he got all dressed up to
wanted
try and hide
criminal.
his identity, he tried plugging the clothing brand that he was wearing that he must own. And one of the people watching ended up finding the clothing brand, and then from that, finding out his real name.
Nah.
And he also confirmed that on the stream.
Nah.
Mate, is your name Ali? Ali. Ali. Someone's got the Insta app, bud. Mate, they just leaked the full governmental.
Also, the guy had a
Nah.
picture of what I'm assuming is him right next to him
Oh
on
my
the wall.
God.
So that just really proves that anybody can get a hold of cheats nowadays, no matter how dumb you are. But after that was said and done, the
What a
cheater was
moron.
no longer able to queue into the games. But it did unfortunately cause some people to not make finals that
They didn't
probably would
replay
have,
the
and ruined their
games?
chance to compete for $2 million
What?
at Gamers 8.
That's
Now, at
crazy.
least this guy fully admitted to cheating, but the same can't be said for K-Quid.
Oh,
Now,
I remember
his
this.
story has been very strange, from winning an FNCS to getting banned in that same season. K-Quid started playing in the early years of Fortnite, and he was very good, even getting close to qualifying for the Solo World Cup Finals, placing 5th. He would continue to get more impressive placements, and in the next season, he made it to the FNCS Grand Finals and managed to get 10th. And in Chapter 2 Season 1, he would get a better placement in FNCS squads, getting 6th. And during this time, he would frequently stream and upload, growing his brand to the point where he was a very well-known player on the OCE region. But in the very next season, his career would change for the best and the worst. For this season's FNCS, it was now duos, and he decided to play with Jinx, and after making the grand finals, they played extremely well, winning the entire thing, which actually made him one of the youngest FNCS winners ever at the age of 14. And to keep
But
up with
he
this
was
momentum,
cheating.
he had the solo FNCS Invitational
doesn't
just
count.
1 month later to look forward to. But what came next would ruin his career forever. He was in the middle of playing the Invitationals when he would get kicked out of his game and logged out of his account, all of which was caught on stream.
What? Who logged in? Who logged into my account? Wait, what? I just got logged out of my account!
Now at first, everybody thought it was just a mistake or a weird bug on Epic's end since nobody had accused him of cheating before. But then things got really
No one
crazy.
accused him of cheating
Now,
because
K-Quid was
not
very
enough
much
people
set
care
on
or
saying
watch
that he was
the
innocent,
Oceania region.
But ironically enough,
That's why a lot of
then
cheaters get
SypherPK
away in smaller
came out
regions.
with receipts of K-Quid supposedly buying soft aim and fully exposed him. After this, K-Quid said that he was working on getting a statement video out soon.
I don't
in
think he
order
ever
to
made
prove
that
his
statement video.
innocence. But then that video kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed over and over again, to the point where it was over 6 months since he got banned and nothing came out. And eventually in 2022, Justical would actually make a video on the story of K-Quid and get an interview with him, and he said that that video was just never coming out. However, he eventually realized that he wasn't hardware banned, so he decided to make a new account. But after playing on it for 2 days and streaming everything, he would get banned again. He tried doing the same thing 1 month later.
I wonder
but
if he
saw
got
the same
banned again
results.
because he was
'Cause
hacking
at this
or
point, he
because
got into crypto
they were
and
just, like,
started to
banning
make
all
some
his stuff.
pretty good money off.
Isn't it funny that like all these cheaters end up going into
Off
crypto?
of his
Oh my
investments.
god, it's so
But over the next
cringe.
few months, his passion to play competitive Fortnite would continue to grow, and he would try once again to make this stream a reality. And it was here
They're
where
allergic
things
to an
got
honest day's
extremely
work.
confusing. Epic Games started inviting him to play at some invite-only tournaments while he was still banned. And then SypherPK, the one who exposed him in the first place, came out saying that K-Quid never actually cheated. So what the hell was going on?
What is
Well,
going
it
on?
seemed
That's
like
so
he
weird.
might have officially been unbanned.
It looks
and
like
he
he's
would come
cheating in
back
that
to playing
clip.
in the Booga Late Game Cup and would also play a few rounds of FNCS that season, until he would get banned once again. And according from him, he said that he talked to Epic Games directly, and they said it was because of his hardware ID since he had been banned before. And after that, he felt very confident that he would return to playing competitive in the next couple months, but that never ended up happening. He said even if the whole Fortnite thing didn't work out, he would like to continue a career in streaming, but that also doesn't seem to be happening as he hasn't streamed in over a year. And then in 2022, he would come out 2 years later after being banned with a twit longer, talking about the whole thing. And in it, he gave the reason why he got banned in the first place. He said, I was getting errors in Fortnite and I asked around and some guy in the comm with like 2k followers said to get a spoofer because he had similar issues. Then I got a free spoofer and whatever, and then that actually got me banned, obviously. Now, I have no idea whether to believe this at all since this is the first time I've heard him talk about this. But since then, he hasn't been too active and has recently actually tried selling his PC. And in that tweet,
don't play on that PC, guys. You're just gonna get banned.
He doesn't know what he's gonna do in the future anymore. And with looking to sell his PC, it seems like he won't be coming back to gaming anytime soon. With all this confusion over the years, nobody knows if he was actually cheating.
He was cheating,
except for him.
I know.
But I think it's safe to say
I was
he
there.
was.
I was the hack.
Cakewood's story was very confusing, but for our last person on this list, he actually came out admitting to buying cheats, and that would be Taken, Jarian's duo who stabbed him in the back.
Oh, I remember this.
Taken also started playing the game very early on, earning money in the first couple weeks of the World Cup qualifiers. And going into Season X's Trio FNCS, he would make the heats, but not the grand finals. However, he was still earning good money at this point, and if he continued the grind, he could possibly go pro one day. However, he would continue to play for a couple more seasons, not seeing much success, with his best performances just making it to the heats in FNCS. But it was in Season 5 where his life would change. Jarian was looking for a new trio to play tournaments with, and Taken reached out, and he would end up playing with him. And after that, he would see a huge rise in views and subscribers. And with the trio placing surprisingly well in other tournaments, his channel would continue to grow. But it would be 6 months after playing with Jarian for the first time where everything would start to fall apart. Taken would tweet out a screenshot of him getting banned on Fortnite, and the reason was for exploiting. He claimed that he had never done anything wrong, and since Jarian knew him for a long time, he believed him, and so did everybody else in the community. After all, we've seen this happen before with many pros like Noah Riley and even Mr. Savage. And at that time, Jarian would make a video on the situation defending him, but obviously looking back on things, he took down that video. Throughout this time, Jarian and Taken were in contact with an employee at Epic Games, and it seemed like this was all just one big mistake, until all communication stopped. During this time, he would continue to state how he has never cheated before and he might quit if he doesn't get unbanned. And because of all this drama, his socials started to explode,
they don't care if you
everyone
quit.
taking his side. And then one day, out of the blue, he came back with a stream of him playing the game. And he would even tweet out a picture of him in the lobby so everybody could see that he had gotten his account back. Everything seemed all in good until Jarian replied. In Jarian's tweet, he would say, "That's weird, your main account was Division 9, I thought."
He tried to come back on a different account.
Then a thread would ensue of Jarian pretty much calling Taken out for trying to cheat. So what seems to have happened was Taken tried to buy Soft Aim right before a solo cash cup, but before he could even have the chance of playing with it in game, he ended up getting banned, then sparking all of this drama. And instead of owning up to it, Taken just lied and lied and lied, and eventually Jarian found out. And even after this, Taken would just act like he never actually did anything wrong and got banned before
he could even use it.
Jarian, knowing what really happened, exposed him for it. And
Me personally, I only buy the $1 million
he would eventually come out with a
guys.
stream, and during it, he would say that he did all of this just to get clout off of Jarian, and bragged how much money he made off of all of it.
I got banned. I got 60k subs and made so much money off Twitch and YouTube.
So much money. Listen, you don't make so much money off of 60k subs. You could have had a long, successful career if you stick to being legit and just improve. You could have made real money. And trust me, I know what that is when it comes to content creation and streaming. But you took the shortcut and you took the short money, and now you're trying to cope. That's the reality.
It's called a marketing strat.
Marketing strat, yeah.
I'm smart. That's how it is.
And then Jarian would upload a video pretty much just talking about the whole thing and how Taken is a terrible person. After going silent for a few months, Taken would return.
Could have made so much more being legit,
regrets about
especially with him
and he made
actually growing on YouTube and Twitch.
But then he instantly started doing NFT promotions. So yeah,
bro, how many of them just turned to NFT promotions?
To buy a bunch of NFTs that at one point costed over $100,000. But now the only NFT that he has used to be worth $6 grand and is now worth a solid $5.
No
With
way.
his last tweet being the almost
Marketing, was that a marketing strat right there?
He's gone fully silent on social media.
Yeah.
Besides a few replies here and there.
I'd be
and
silent
now he's
too.
probably just in college living a normal life. But he has definitely left his mark behind as one of the most hated and scummiest players to touch this game. If you enjoyed this video, you can
you
check
guys
out
haven't
the
seen
first one I
Courage
did
AD
on
though.
different cheaters here.
He's
Make
one of the
sure to
most
follow
hated
me on
players.
Twitch at
Yo, shout out to Ace FN for this really well put together video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.